we're discussing all things Origin. So some of you might have heard about Origin already, and some of you are wondering what is Origin. So just briefly, what Origin is. Origin is our Snapplify partner platform. So all of our partners use our Snapplify platform. It's a free platform that our partners get. So specifically, we will be focusing on how our hard copy bookseller partners can use the tooling. Because as we all know, the procurement season is kicking off. So we want to ensure that our partners have the necessary tools to manage their orders and just manage the entire customer experience. So we have learned in the previous procurement season that we need to make the service seamless for our customers and then also manageable for us. So that is what Origin is all about, and we're going to go deeper into what Origin is. Okay, as I go through every section, I'll just keep an eye out for any questions, and then Khotso will be navigating and he will also just contribute. Okay. So how to get set up on Origin. So all of you are already set up on Origin. So just briefly on the process. So the marketplace team ensures that you are set up, your platform is created, and we have added the relevant users and their roles to your platform. We then also send you the communication, so how to use the tooling, your login information, and how to access Origin with the URL. So if you have any questions about Origin, if it's not working, if you have trouble logging in, please do let the marketplace team know so that we can have a look at it and ensure that you do have access to your Origin platform. Khotso, anything that you want to add?
You have literally covered everything in terms of how the setup really works. I think one thing that people will probably want to know is after the setup, what are the next steps?
Indeed, and that is what we will be getting into. Okay, so once you are set up on Origin, as I've mentioned, the marketplace team will communicate to you the next steps, your login information, how you will access. So all the steps that we will be demonstrating is exactly the view that you will have, and it's the exact steps that you will follow. So please, again, feel free to ask the questions. We'll see it in the chat and we'll answer as best as we can. So how to access Origin? You will use the Origin URL, which is origin.snapplify.com. You'll put it in your browser and you'll simply sign in. So while Khotso is signing in, you will have a Snapplify registered username and password. So you will sign in with your registered username and password. Okay, lovely. We are in the Origin platform. And just a note, the platform that we are using our internal demo platform. Okay, so everything that we are demonstrating is all demo information. So Khotso is signed in. So the first landing page is your overview page. So this is just a section where you will see what's new, any new features or new tooling, anything that we want you to know about the platform will be available on the overview page. So in your own time, you can review what's on there and you can click on the articles, what's relevant for you. And then, of course, depending on your user role, which we will also get into, your view might be different. So it's also depending on what user role you have and what you have access to. Khotso, before we move on, anything there?
All right, just to also add to that, Nicole. So once your username and password has been created and you have signed into Origin itself, please ensure that you've logged into the correct instance or your bookseller platform. And to make sure of that, you need to hover over the left-hand corner on the top right-hand corner. There will be a logo. If you hover over it, it will give you the name of your bookstore. And that is how you can identify if you have logged into the correct platform.
But that's a good point, Khotso. So some booksellers, so I'll use Van Skype, and we have Books 24/7. These books sellers assist more than one school. So we need to associate the bookseller with the relevant schools. So because they have many branches, they won't just have one origin platform.
Platform.
So that was a good one to point out. Just ensure that you are signed in to the correct platform. And if you are assigned to more than one origin platform, you can go to the top right-hand corner, just click on your face, and you will see all the origin customers or stores or bookseller platforms that's assigned to your name. And you can simply toggle between those customers that you have been assigned to. Okay, perfect. Let's just see if there's any questions that came up. I don't see any. Okay, so as I've mentioned before, depending on your user role, that will determine what you can see in Origin. So Khotso is going to navigate to the admin section. So that will be in the top right-hand corner on the setting cog, and you'll click on users. So just a note, when the marketplace team has onboarded you, the first person will be given the admin access. So admin access means that you have access to admin. And this is how you'll navigate or access the users in Origin. So there are two roles. We have admin. So admin means that you are able to manage your users on Origin. And so managing, you can add a new user, you can remove roles or add roles to a user. So as you can see, we have the list of users. We can see all the users that has been added to this platform. And then you can see the email address as well. So Khotso can click on any one of those users.
I'll click on myself.
Perfect. So this is where you have the user information. You can see their username, their email, their first name, and their last name. And just below that, you can also see the origin roles. So there you can see that this user has the finance and admin roles. But Khotso, as an admin, you can manage these roles. So the admin can determine or restrict what the user can see on the platform. So you can have more than one user role. You can have both admin and finance, because if you are the person who will be managing the platform, you're in charge of the users and the orders or the price list, then you can have both. But if you only are admin, you can only have one role. So you can either have only finance or only admin, and that is how you can manage it. So you select your roles and you simply click save. Perfect. I just want to check before we move on if there are any questions coming up. Khotso, also just give me a heads up if there are any questions that comes up before we move on.
Sure, definitely will do, Nicole.
Perfect. So now we're going to go back to the users, and now we're going to add a new user. So this is very useful, especially with the booksellers. We have people that leave during the procurement period for whatever reason, or someone that goes on leave, or a new employee joins your team, and you need to give them access to your platform. So the way to give them access, you'll click on new user. So this means that you will be registering this person onto your platform. So you'll give them a username, you'll create a password for them, you'll enter their email address, and then complete their first name and last name. Once you have created this information, again, you will just click save in the bottom right-hand corner. Perfect. There you can see that the user has been created. So please make sure that you communicate to the person what their username and password is. So now you are able to give them their roles. So again, this is up to the admin and what their role will be. So what would you want them to do or see in Origin? So you will assign the relevant roles and you will click save. So I can see that Khotso has given me a finance role, which means that when I sign into Origin, I will only see finance. Perfect. Any questions? Let's just check. Okay. Just going to give it a few seconds just in case someone have a question, and then we'll move on.
Also, I wanted to also add, Nicole, that once a username and password has been created for an individual, and in the event whereby they actually forget their password, the admin can actually help them set up a new password that they can then use to log in again with the same, obviously, profile that they use within the platform as well. So
Yeah.
the admin, again, as we mentioned, is one that basically manages any of user management on the platform.
Yes. You can also remove users. So once you have gone, if you click again on the user section, Khotso, if you go through your list and you find that there are people that should not have access to your Origin platform, you can simply go into the user and you can delete the user. And you'll just follow the prompts from there.
Confirm your choice.
Yes, yes. Okay, I don't see any questions that has come up. So now we're going to move on to the finance section. So this means that a user with a finance role will have access to voucher, order, and price list. So again, we will just be demonstrating what is relevant for this webinar and our booksellers. And then again, we are demonstrating what is currently available. We are constantly improving the tooling and so forth. So we have a lot of exciting things on the pipeline. So that is also just good to note. So now we're going to head into the price list. So while Khotso is navigating into the price list, I just want to add a bit of context. So as we all know on this call, every bookseller has an existing hard copy price list with Snapplify. So previously, or what we have been doing is from each bookseller, we will get a price list and we will set it up on our platform. We will ensure that we get the pricing from you. If there's any updates or changes, we ensure that that is available in your price list. So again, the price list that we're looking at is just a demo price list that we have created, but this will be the same view that you will see on your side. So you will see your existing price list and you will be able to manage your existing price list. Okay. So Khotso has gone into the price list. You'll have your name of the price list. You'll have the business model, which is hard copy because you only deal with print books. You'll have the contractual currency. So we also have Hillary here from the Textbook Center in Kenya. So Hillary, your currency will be in Kenyan shillings. So that is dependent of where you are and your contractual currency, of course. We also have the VAT inclusive or VAT information and the VAT percentage, and then the created date of when the price list was created on our platform. Okay, so we can go ahead and click on the price list so that we can view what's in here. I'm also just checking if there are any questions that came in. Okay, none so far. Okay, so now we are in the view of the price list. So in the top section, you will see all the information that we have basically gone through. And if we scroll down, we will see the price list items. So this is the prices of the titles that we have on this price. So we have the asset, which is the title, and you can see that it's a hard copy format. You'll have the print ISBN, and then we also have the supplier information below that. We have the price on the right-hand side, and you can also see where the price has been, when the price has been updated. And on that little arrow down there, you will see the imported price. So the price that we receive from you, that is VAT inclusive. Okay, and just above that, Khotso, where it's showing 21 items, that is where you can see how many price items you have in your price list. You are also able to make use of the advanced search. So if you click on the advanced search, you are able to search by the ISBN. So that will be the print ISBN. You can search by a title, and you can also search by a supplier. So for example, if you received a price update from Macmillan, you can search by the supplier Macmillan, just to refine your search, especially if you have a big price list. So just remember, this is your existing price list. So you will only be able to search for what you have on your price list already. And if you go through your price list and you find that there are prices that you want to remove, that's not relevant for your price list anymore, or the book is out of print, or you're no longer working with a supplier, you can simply tick the checkbox next to the title. You can do this one by one, and then you can hit remove.
Sorry
Okay,
about
so
that.
just going back there, and you can hit remove. So the prompt will come up to ask if you are sure, and you will select yes, and it will be removed. You can also, as I've mentioned, you can bulk remove. So if there's a whole bunch of price items that you want to remove, you can select the tick box next to the asset, and you will notice that all of the titles has the tick boxes, and you can remove. But we're not going to remove all of it right now. Okay, so if we just scroll a bit further down to the customer section.
All the way down.
So this, yeah, to customers.
Cool.
So you will also notice that we have a customer section on the price list. So this will be a list of customers, for those who have a list or a few schools, of institutions that you are servicing, or an institution that requested a quote or wanting to see your pricing on their platform. So this means that the institution that is linked to your price list, they will see only your hard copy pricing on their platform. Okay, I see that we have a question from Jonathan, and he's asking, what is the note below the item? Okay, so Jonathan, we'll get into that now. So that will be the next step that we can explain. So yeah, that was the customer section. So let's go into the notes section. That is what Jonathan is asking. So Jonathan, to answer that question, a note is, you are a bookseller with a finance role is able to add a note onto a priceless item. So this is very useful. So whatever note you add onto a priceless item is what the customer will see on their prescribed list or on their side. So if you have an international title, because we all know these are limited stock, there's delays with deliveries, you can simply add a note to say that this is an international title, limited stock available. Or you can say that this pricing is available until the end of July 2024. So the notes section is simply the functionality for you to be able to add a note onto a priceless item. So Khotso has gone ahead and just to take a few steps back, if you want to update a priceless item, you simply tick the checkbox next to the item, and you click on add note, and you can add the note. And once you have added your note, you can save. You can also add multiple notes. So you can add the same note onto multiple price list items. So for example, if you have the same note for multiple items, you can multi-select those titles and you can add the note because it's the same note. So you don't have to add a note individually. But of course, if the note is different, you will have to update the unique notes onto the single price list items. Okay, once a note has been updated, you will see the notes section. And I think that is what Jonathan was referring to. What is that note? So Hutsu will click on the note and you will see that is the update, the note that Hutsu has added. And that is what will be visible to the customer when they see your titles on the prescribed list. Okay, I feel like I spoke a lot about that. So I just want to give everyone a chance to ask questions if there is. So I'm just going to pause for 2 seconds just to see if anyone has any other questions before we go into it further. Okay, I think we can continue. If anything comes to mind, please do send it in. We can always review it again, the questions. Kotso, are you happy with that regarding the notes?
Absolutely. I'm very happy.
Okay, perfect. So the management of your price list. So you're also able to edit a price. So you can edit a single price list item. So you'll click on the title. So again, whichever title you want to edit, you can use the functionality of searching by the ISBN that's already on your price list and it will populate, or you can search by the supplier. So we are now in a price list item. So you can click on edit and you'll update the new price. So this is only the amount. So no currency symbol, just the amount. And you'll update or save, excuse me. Once it has saved, you will see that the price will update. Okay. So on the right-hand side, you will also see that there's a note section. So in the view of the price list item, you can update the price, update the note, excuse me. So you can click on the update. And you can add a new note. So you can only have one note on a price list item. So if you are updating a note, it will override the existing note that you had. Perfect, and you can save. And then you can also see that there's a delete option. So if you want to delete the note, you can delete it as well. The other essential visibility that you have is also the activity section down below. So you can keep track or manage, or you'll have visibility to all of your colleagues or users on the platform who has access or who has the finance role. You can check the activities, who has been doing what on a price list. So that is good to have. Okay, so in the activities, you can see that Hutso viewed a price list item, he deleted a note, he added a note, he updated a price, and so forth. Okay, we can go back to the view of the price list by clicking on view in the breadcrumb on top. Okay.
Just to also add, Nicole, everything that
Yeah,
we're currently discussing now, a knowledge article link will be shared in the chat as well. So for all those that may want to go back and review and revise, they are also able to see it from our knowledge articles.
indeed, that's correct. So we have updated or edited a price. You can also import prices in bulk. So before we get to the import section, I want to touch on, sorry about that, Khutso.
No
I want
problem.
to touch on that you are able to export as well. So you can export your price list, which will download as a CSV, and you will then convert it to Excel. So Khutso can take us through that demonstration of how you will be doing that.
So I've downloaded the file, as Nicole has mentioned. This is what the download would look like, and then you can simply then convert it to a normal Excel document by
So,
following
yeah,
the steps. I'm sorry I'm going a bit too fast, but again, all these information will be made available on our knowledge articles that will be provided to you via the chat.
perfect. So as you can see, it's now in Excel, and Khutso will just clean it up by making sure that it has the correct numbering, format, etc. So the export includes the title, the hard copy ISBN, and the price. So this way you are able to view what another way of just having a document that this is your price list and you can update it. So you also have the export functionality. Thank you, Khutso.
Not a problem. Close this.
Perfect. Okay, so now we can get into the bulk import of pricing. I'm just checking again to see if we have any other questions. Okay, no more question. We don't have any questions. So you are able to bulk update your existing pricing. So you'll simply click on the import button where Khutso is right now. So what you'll need for this is there's a header that gives you all the information that you'll need. So you'll need the print ISBN. You'll need the amount, so that will be the price that you want to update it to, the new price, let's say it like that. And you can update a note as well. So Khutso will just do an example for us. There will be a knowledge base article that will explain how you can do it and how you can format it. So just in a nutshell, you can do it from Excel, and you can have these columns. So have your ISBN, your new price, and a note, convert it to a CSV, which is comma separated, and then open it up with Word and just copy it into the import section. Some of us do have technical people who will be assigned to do these kinds of things, who will know how to do it. But again, if you do have any questions or concerns around this, please do shout. The marketplace team will be able to assist you with that. Okay, so once you have populated this information, you will just hit save. And we actually have a good error that has come up. So it says that 0 prices imported with 1 validation. And the message says price on line 1 could not be imported because the hard copy asset for the ISBN does not exist. Contact your marketplace team or the marketplace team. So this means that this ISBN does not exist on your price list. So if it does not exist on your price list, it needs to be added. And that is what the marketplace team will be able to assist you with. We will make sure that it's available on your price list, and you can then go ahead and add the price onto that item. Okay, that was a good example, Khutso, of
No
the error
problem.
handling there. But if this was successful, it will say 1 price imported successfully with 0 validation. Okay, so that was the bulk import of pricing. Let's just see if anyone, okay, I see Jonathan has another question. Perfect. Snapplify handles the cover images. Oh, yes. Thanks, Liz. Yes, we do. So just not to go into too much detail. So what we do is we make sure that there is a hard copy asset or an asset that can be updated, and we make sure that it has the correct cover. Yes. Awesome. Okay, so we've gone through how you can update a price on a single price list item. We have also gone through how you can import, bulk import, export, add in notes, and then also removing prices from your price list. You can also add a new price. So you can do it this way. So adding a new price is basically the same as updating it when you go into the view. So you can simply put in the ISBN of the title that you want to update. We'll have a drop down. So because it's already on your price list, you can click on this. You will select the asset or the title, and you'll enter in the new price and click save. Again, if you are wanting to update a price that happens to not be on your price list, you will get an error and you'll need to contact us. There's also the helpful live chat in the bottom right-hand corner. There's always someone available there, so you can go into the chat and they can transfer you to the marketplace team. And that's how we can become aware that you need assistance. Okay, and then just before we end of this section, again, so if you scroll all the way down to activities, we have activities as well. So you are able to monitor, or you have visibility to what has been updated on your platform. This is your platform, so this is for you to manage. And we as Snapplify, we will manage your price list from our internal system. Okay, perfect. So that is all about price list. Just want to pause again for a few seconds, so just give you opportunity, anything that I've missed, and also just giving everyone the opportunity to ask questions in the chat.
I think you've covered everything in terms of managing the price list so far. I'm not sure if our attendees have any questions that they would like to raise so that we can clarify any steps that may not be clear to them.
Yeah.
Seems like everybody's good, Nicole. We can move on.
Yeah, I do want to apologize if you do hear noise. It's always when you're doing something like that, then there's noise. So please do let me know if you have issues hearing me. Yeah. Okay. So again, a user with a finance role will have access to the price list and order. So the order section is what we will be going into now. So while Khotso is navigating to order, I just want to give some context. So all the booksellers that's in this webinar today, all the relevant booksellers get the order email notification sent to them via email. So once an order has been paid for on the Snapplify platform, the hard copy order goes to the bookseller. So this order section that we will be viewing is not a replacement of that process. You will still receive the order email notification, and you will have visibility to your orders in Origin.
Just to also add to that, Nicole, in the event whereby you are not receiving any of these order notifications, please reach out to the marketplace team so that they can investigate to find out what's happening. Or alternatively, if you have received an order via email and you log into your Origin to manage it and you do not find it, again, same thing will apply. Reach out to the team so that they can investigate what's happening and everything could work smoothly. So in other words, it's the fact that one has to work with the other. If you are receiving an email, it should be available on Origin and vice versa.
That's correct, 100%. So it has to match. So if you do find that you can see the order in Origin or vice versa, please do raise it with us so that we can look into it. Okay. So Hutso has navigated to the order section. So what you will see here is the reference. So this is the order reference that the customer receives. And then you'll have the user information. This is the student's user information. The customer will be the institution name. So it will be the school that you are servicing. The payment state, that is the status of the payment. Just a kind note that you will only see orders that is paid. You won't see pending orders or cancelled orders, only paid for orders in here. Because once the order is paid for, that is when you receive the order. We'll see the quantity, so that's the amount of order items on this order. And you'll see the shipping amount that has been paid for, and then also the total amount of the order itself, and then the date that the order was paid for. Okay, so this is the view of your orders. As I've mentioned in the beginning of the webinar, we have many booksellers here that are assisting more than one school. So you are able to refine your search instead of sifting through this list looking for an order. You are able to search by clicking on the advanced search by the reference. So that will be the order reference. You can search by the customer. So if you do click on the customer, it will already give you a list of the institutions that you are working with. But you can also type in the school name that you would like to view. And you can refine your search even further by selecting a start date and an end date. This is very helpful. I know that some of the bookstores don't work over the weekend. So if you just want to see the list of orders that came through over a weekend, you can just use the search just to consolidate that list for you. And then after you have completed your list, you can just click search. And the results will populate according to the search, your refined search or criteria that you have popped in there. Before we go into an order, you can also export your orders from here. So we have the lovely export button on top. So again, it will download into a CSV format, and the information in the export that you can convert to Excel has all the information that we have just gone through. So the reference, the title name, the price, and all of that. So again, this is just for you if you want to manage your orders or consolidate your orders. This is something that you can do. You have the functionality to export your orders. So Hutso is going to demonstrate that again.
Oh, would you like me to do that again, Nicole?
Yeah, I think it's useful for everyone to see what an export will look like.
Not a problem. So as I'm opening the Excel document, we've emphasized that the Excel sheet will come in a CSV format, and then obviously you will then need to make it into a more visible or much better view that you would like by converting it properly. So you'll go to data. From data, you'll say text to column. Here you'll select delimited, click
Yeah,
next,
delimited.
and then you will select general, and then you'll finish. Did I do it
I think you
correctly?
just need to go text to columns again,
Next to columns again, yes.
and
So it's
then
going to be next,
delimited,
remove
comma.
commas, yibble.
There we
And
go.
then we finish, and then everything will then be
There we go.
visually pleasing, for a lack of a better word.
Thank you for that, Hutso. So
Sure.
as I've mentioned, in the export, you will have all the information that we have just gone through in the view in Origin, in the order section. Okay. Let's just see if there's any questions before we go into an order. Okay, no questions. So if you want to view an order, or in order to view an order, you have to click on the reference to open up this order. So this is the view of this specific order. So you will see that in the top section literally covers everything that we have just explained, or what you have seen in the view before, in the previous section before this. On the right-hand side, you have the user information. So again, this is the student information. So it will be their name and their last name and their email address. So the email address is always the credentials that they receive from the school. So it will either be Nicole at Parklands or Nicole at Curio, Nicole at Weinberg. It will be an email address like that. It will have their contact number and their grade. Then below that, I think this is the most useful information that we can have. It's the family information. This will be the information of the person that made the payment. So it will be the name and the last name, their email address, their contact number. So this is very helpful because if there's any issues with the order, delivery, or whatever, you can contact this person directly. And this is how you find the information. Below that, we have the customer information. So again, that is the name of the institution. And then in the middle section, we have the delivery address. So again, all of this information you are already receiving in the email order notification. So we're going to scroll down to the products. So this is where you'll see the order items on this order. So you'll notice the reference section. So each order item has a unique reference. So you'll see that it has the order number with a hyphen and a number. That is because it's the unique identifier for this order item. And then again, on the right-hand side, you have the VAT inclusive, exclusive, and the total amount on that side. So the way to manage your orders. So there's many scenarios that we can go through. So if you receive this order and you're not able to deliver both of these books on time because there's stock availability issues, or there's a delivery, courier issue. So you can update this note. If it's the same update, you can update this both order items with the same note. So you'll simply click on add notes, so we can add their delivery delay, whatever the case may be, or the scenario. So you can update multiple order items with the same note. However, we all know that we do find those cases where you are able to deliver some of the books on the order, but there's one book that's maybe on back order, or there's a delay. So you will tick the tick box or check box of that specific order item, and you'll add a product note. So you can say this one is on back order and 2-week delay or 7-day delay. Be very detailed, because this is the notes that we will see internally. So you'll add the note code. So perfect. So again, to see the notes, you'll have a note section just below the order item, and you'll see all the notes that has been added onto this order item. So for an order item, you are able to add multiple notes, because as we know, it goes through a whole process. So when our customer service team receives a query from this customer querying where their book is, or they just want an update of their order, we will simply navigate into our system using this order number, and we can see the updates that you have made on this order. And that will be the information that we supply to the customer.
I think there are questions in the chat, Nicole. Do you mind having a look?
Yes, certainly. Again, from Jonathan, does the note apply to all orders of that product, or just the item on that product? So it just applies to the item on that product, on that order, excuse me. And the reason for that is, this is something that we are discussing internally. So you might have a book that affects multiple orders. and it will be the same note. And you're probably thinking that to go into every order to update that can be very tiring and tedious. However, if there are 10 orders for this book and you have completed 5 orders and there's 5 that's outstanding, if you want to update that ISBN with a note to say that it's delayed, how do we limit it? So that is something that we are working on to restrict. So maybe you can complete an order, and then the remaining 5 that is out of stock, you will be able to update this ISBN across all the incomplete orders. So that is something that we are working on. And again, once new tooling or functionality becomes available, we will communicate that to you. But for now, you can update the same note on multiple order items on an order, and you can update individual notes on order items on an order. I hope that answers the question. That's a good question. Does the client get sent any updates? So the note that is updated in Origin does not get sent to the customer. The notes is just for visibility for Snapplify. So the bookseller and Snapplify are able to see the notes. However, if the customer does get or comes in on live chat or request assistance, we are able to see your updates and give that information to the customer. But of course, all the booksellers has been doing a good job at that, at communicating directly with the customers to inform them of any delays. So I think that should still continue. This is for visibility. Let's just give it some time for some more questions. Okay. So, Khotso, I can see that you scroll down to activities just to continue. So again, you also have activities in the order section where you have visibility to who on your team or the users on your platform has viewed or edited, has made any amendments to your orders. So you have visibility on that.
That we at Snapplify try to create an ecosystem that is friendly to our partner as well as our customers. So this means that you are able to have access to our customer service team. They are available 24/7. You can send an email to them at help@snapplify.com. Alternatively, you can chat to them live. However, sending an email also to the marketplace team for any queries or concerns you may have, or if you need assistance, will also suffice rather. So please reach out to us in the event where you need assistance. But other than that, the knowledge articles have been sent whereby step-by-step guides on everything that we've touched on today has been covered, and feel free to go through them and also play around the system just to also familiarize yourself with the navigation of the platform as well.
Thank you again, and everyone have a happy Friday and be safe this weekend.
Awesome. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining. Have a wonderful Friday and a great weekend.